All right, good morning, everyone. I'm Jan Erickson from Stepping Aside, and welcome to Somewhat Daily Tarot and Rune for the 14th day of August, 2018. I think that gives us is it a 6 day? So 8 and 14 would be, well, okay, I dropped almost half of the deck onto the ground because I'm looking at the date and trying to do my numerology in my head. So 4 and 1's 5, 8 and 5's 13. That reduces to 4, and 11 is 15, and that reduces to 6. So it's a 6 day. How about that? That's how easy it is to do numerology. You just reduce numbers down to its lowest number, unless it's a master number, and a master number would be 11, 22, 33, all of that. And then, of course, 13 is my favorite master witch number, but that's just me. I'm biased. Today I'm going to use the Universal Weight deck. I like to change up, but I'm going to stay within the traditional decks. So one day I use the Morgan Greer, and that's really colorful. The Universal Weight is just like the Rider Waite, only it's not as... I don't know. The Rider Waite has an old feel to me. It's not bright. The cards aren't bright. They're more, I don't know, subdued in a way. This is the same sort of thing, only they're just really, really colorful. So it's the same deck. It's just made, more colorful, I guess. The colors are more brilliant. Kind of the difference between bright colors versus, say, a satin finish is kind of the feel I have. The Rider Waite is a more soft expression or rendition of the tarot, I think, as compared to the Morgan Greer or the Universal Weight. And then if there's time, what I want to do is show you a bindrune I did for the new moon for alignment, and you're welcome to use it in your own alignment rituals if you like. I'll show you how I drew it out. You can really, when you put runes together in a bindrune for rune magic, you're bringing the runic energies, all of the influences together for a greater purpose. And it's cool because it's just an interesting way to invoke that type of, or cast that type of intention, whatever it is you want to do. Sigil magic's been around for a long time, and you'll see it, the Pennsylvania Dutch have the hex signs on the barns, for example. And a lot of them are really beautiful. Some of them are shaped like flowers. It's not what you think. People think hex, they think curse. Well, not necessarily. These type of hex symbols can be used to bring about good harvest and to protect the crops, protect the farm, protect the family. Sometimes you'll see them, around the front door of places, just to sort of give align energies when you go in, or for protection, or to extend love to visitors and things like that. So sigils can be for all kinds of reasons. They're not necessarily, because of some nefarious purpose. At least they aren't when I do them. So, and I've been working with sigil magic for a long, long time. I like it. I don't know. I like to combine energies together. So anyhow, let's take a look at the card for today. We'll count 13. But as a 6th day, we're looking at the higher self layer, harmony. Oh, well. They've got the 19th card of the Major Arcana. 9 and 1 is 10. That reduces to 1, so new beginnings. And here we have the Sun. We show a cherubic or cherubic child on the back of a white horse. We see some sunflowers in the back. It denotes purity, and something new is on the horizon. So it's not just about, completion or anything, but it's the coming of something new into our lives. Really, we've completed something. We've got we have success. The sun is about vitality. It's a fire element. It's humanity's reawakening or rebirth. It's about gain and clarity. It's about he's very happy. He's smiling. Uh, he's carrying an orange banner, a really large orange banner. So this is all about the vitality of something new, material happiness, freedom, success, clarity, um, expansion. It's like he's saying, "Hi, I'm here. You know, welcome." Welcome to the new experience. So perhaps today, what this is telling us is that we need to be open to new experiences. But let's see what the rune has to say. So that was the 19th card. So we'll see. Yesterday, now we had the Two of Pentacles, and I ended up. What did I pull? I pulled Manaz, which was the 20th rune. So that reduces to 2. So there was some synchronicity there. So we'll see what this rune reduces to numerologically and see if we can find some synchronicity with new beginnings. Hi, Pete. He's an adolescent now. He's not quite full grown. He hasn't begun flying yet. This duck that she had one baby, and this is her baby, Pete. He just ate an ant. He ate a carpenter ant off of a hose. Well, you've got skills there, don't you? No, that's my foot. Hi. No, these are runes. They're not food. We've seen this one before. Ewas. It's the 13th, not the 13th, it's the 19th rune of the Elder Futhar. So we have the 19th rune and the 19th Major Arcana card. So I guess we're going to continue our synchronicity for today, along with yesterday. This has been happening, though, you know, and which I find really cool. Now, as opposed to the sun being more fire elementy, Ewaz is a water element, and it means abrupt change. So maybe the new thing on the horizon today is going to be an abrupt change for us. But here's the thing about it: it's also about partnership. It's about so perhaps the new experience has to do with partnership today. Um, has energies that pull towards you: friendship and love, marriage, partnership, safe travel. Uh, what this actually represents, which I think is really cool, it represents Odin's eight-legged horse Sleipnir. Now, odds are Sleipnir wasn't a horse. Odds are it was a ship, a spacecraft of some kind, an airship of some kind. But because Odin, for all the god pantheon that we have, these people were here. Okay, they were here. They were part of our world. They weren't born here, evidently, but they came here, and so Odin was the individual, which we view as a god, which wasn't, but whatever. Uh, we view him as the man who hung upside down from the world tree for what was it, 9 days to get to achieve enlightenment. He's often used as a symbolism for the hanged man. But the runes were given to him by the Norns of Fate. Underneath, oh, you can see some ducks moving, I think. Maybe not. Yeah, there they go. They were given, he was given the runes by the Norns of Fate to bring enlightenment, not only to himself, but to the world. And Ewaz is about binding together toward mutual end. And so if you think about it, you see Odin riding his horse Sleipnir through the air or whatever. And it's about the relationship, in that case, between rider and horse, isn't it? Similar to Rado. Rado is the same sort of principle, where you're working together in conjunction with one another. Here you have, if you look at that, you can see Laguz, forward and reversed. Laguz is done this way, okay? And it's also a water rune. But it's about binding together for mutual benefit or change. And so what this is telling me today then is that in conjunction with the sun, whatever new thing on the horizon, it's going to be because of concerted effort together. So what are we going to create today together? And so the other thing about this rune that I've always found interesting, I view it as the Merkaba or Merkaba, as the vehicle for the soul. When you're looking at this from that angle as a soul vehicle, then again, it's also about alignment, isn't it? It's about alignment in our source presence and moving through life from that standpoint. You can look at it from the standpoint of gods in terms of Odin, but in truth, if the creator is all that is, then everything is the creator, including us. We're just aspects of that, or expressions of that, or little points of, consciousness that the creator extends out when creating this wonderful universe that we live in. And so, in a sense, our essence is contained within Ewas, isn't it? And that's that. So I just found that super, just incredibly interesting, that it really represents the etheric body of the soul. And if you think about that, we know that the soul is not simply contained within the body. If you're an empath, you know that. It extends outward. And so this whole field that we're in is our Merkaba or our Ewas. So that's an interesting thing. Anyway, it kind of ties in with the bindrune I want to show you how to do. I did this on the new moon. I like to, on the new moon, sort of bring energies inward and align and almost like start again. You kind of think about that in terms of the first day of a month, for example. It's like, okay, it's a new month, we can start all over again. Well, I do it on the new moon. And so what I did what I do. And but part of it included creating this bind rune and then using it in the ritual. So I use Degas, and I use Yera and Vunyo, and I was, not Ewas, what we just looked at today, but I was. And so let me see if I do this right. So I've got Degas, I've got Yera, which is balanced. It's like Gebo in that it's moving energy through the body in a balanced and integrative fashion. And then Vunyo, of course, is joy. Degas is enlightenment. It's also, if you look at this, you can see where something is completing and then beginning. So that's in keeping for today. The sun actually is Degas. And then here we have Iwas, which is a nice, it's basically your as above, so below bind rune or rune. And it's useful in bind runes because it can basically connect everything together in terms of higher self and ego or form. So it's a little smoky out today, so forgive me. I need to have a drink. Whether Oregon burns down or not in the summertime, which Central Oregon does, and Eastern Oregon does, and Southern Oregon does, excuse me, if we're not doing it, at least Washington and California are, so we're inundated with smoke during the summer. So, okay, I'm going to put this on this. I'm going to show you how I did this. Now, how I do rune magic, you can take a look at the runes because you know what they are, and you can select the ones you want to do. Bind runes are usually anywhere from 3 to 5 runes. This one has 4. But my process is different. I don't do it that way. I don't intentionally make a bind rune. What I do, I did do one, and that was combining Hagalaz, Isa, and Nathis together in a Norn bind rune. But beyond that, I let the runes decide what's going to be. So I set my intention, and I focus on that. I get quiet, and I set my attention, and this is what I want it to be, and then I'll just start pulling runes. And I stop when I feel like I need to. And I have to tell you, each time I've done this, it's never steered me wrong. They've always given me the runes that I need for that moment. And so what I did was I chose Dagaz, Yera, Vunyo, and Iwas. And that's what came out. And this is what I did. So you have to figure out how you're going to start. And I play around with it different ways. But this time, what I decided to do was to do Dagaz. So I will draw Dagaz and show you what that looks like. I always get one side smaller than the other. I don't know why. So I began there. And then I decided to do Iwas. And I put that right down the middle. Now, the next one I did was Vunyo. You don't have to draw out the entire rune when combining bind runes. You can, but I try not to because I try to combine them together. And so all I did was draw a line down right here, and I created Vunyo. You can see that in there. You can see that the P. And all I did was draw that one line, and you can see now there's a P visible, isn't there? Well, now you can take that same area and create Yera. So what I'll do, though, is I'll kind of make it a little fatter so you can see what I did to get the top part of Yera. You see what I did there? There's Yera. And if you look, you can see Dagaz, you can see Yera, you can see Vunyo contained there. And then, let me get this a little bit more defined here. And then you've got Iwas that runs through it and ties it all together, doesn't it? Now, what can you do with this? You can put it on, go. Okay. This was the one I did, and I did not wood burn this one. I just used an El Marco on it, a little Sharpie. But you can put this on the altar during a ritual. You can carry it in your pocket. You can hold it in your hand. You can draw it on things. What it represents is letting go of what no longer serves us, letting go of negativity, letting go of negative thoughts, unhappiness, all of those things. We're here to create in joy and to not pass judgment on anything. But we do, and then we get all upset, don't we? Well, Yera, again, moves energy through the body in a way that's balanced and exchanges energy in a way that actually promotes healing and growth and life. Vunyo, of course, is about joy and expressions of joy within. So when we align in Source presence, we are in joy. We do that in our highest joy, as Bashar would say. And then we tie it all together with Iwas, which is the 13th rune of the Elder Futhark, and it basically is the as above, so below rune. In other words, it's aligning spiritual energies within. And so that would be then, if you can just imagine all of those energies coming together in alignment, they're just the perfect runes to use in an alignment bind rune. So again, that's the rune. What I'll do is I'll write this up on the blog, and it'll be over there at Stepping Aside at imsteppingaside.com. And you can get a copy of it if you want. You can just click on it and save the picture. And then you can have it for yourself. So play around with runes. Look at them. See what you think. Create your own bind runes. It's a lot of fun. And it has all the meaning that you give it. So in any event, thank you so much for stopping by. This has been fun today. I don't know if you can see the tree back there. That's my as above, so below witch tree. It really did. We've been here since 1981 in this place, and it used to have it used to have a little bit of life to it. Now the life just sort of grows within it, the birds that live inside of it and all the insects and everything. But it's in the middle of a big pond, and I was able for my one of the books I wrote called Magic and the Lime Witch. I was able to use that. I got a lovely picture of the reflection of the tree in the water, just fully, and it just I was just stunned. I had to just stop and look at it, and just feel so blessed at what I was looking at. And so, of course, I pulled my phone out of my back pocket and I took a picture of it. And I thought, oh, that's going to make a book cover. So when it came time to write that book, I thought that's going to be the perfect one. And so uh, check that out. That's on Amazon if you want to. It's on Kindle. There's also a paperback version of it. So it's called Magic and the Align Witch, and I'm really proud of it. It kind of talks about how I see magic and which is a little bit different maybe than the traditional. Well, not completely, but where I begin might be different. It may not be. It just may be how I conceive of it, and really it could all be the same. So I don't know. Anyway, again, thanks so much for stopping by. I'm Jan Erickson. This has been Somewhat Daily Tarot and Rune, and we'll see you tomorrow. Blessed be.